I'm going on Twitter to tweet that we're officially live for our book club. You know, the ones we're meant to find by Joanne He. Really, really excited. I did read this. I did finish this. Completely forgot to write my review for Goodreads, but it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm on Twitter, so give me a few minutes. Hello everyone. Okay, tweet it out. Basically, I actually read, well, technically listened to the ones we're meant to find on my phone. I got the ebook. I borrowed the ebook actually. Yeah. So I usually go through audiobooks really fast, and it's great because I did start the ones we're meant to find earlier this time. This time I didn't rush myself. I actually properly read it and all, so no rush for me. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great. I have not been back on YouTube for quite a while. I think um I do have a post on my Kindle. Yes, I got a Kindle for when I arrived here in Hawaii. As you guys know, I moved to Hawaii. Don't worry, more updates coming soon on the video after my Kindle because I honestly was going to do a video of an update, but then I felt that if I wanted to do a review on my Kindle, I did want to keep things separate. So I might do a reading vlog real soon. Kind of just, talking about how life here in Hawaii is. And yes, my books are here. It's really fun. I also have my camera. Can't really see it, but hi. Yep, and I'm currently reading The Maidens. It's been a really long time. I'm slow at reading The Maidens, but it's real good so far. I'm really enjoying it. But basically, back to the topic at hand, we read, actually, you guys, the ones we're meant to find. And I didn't officially update my Goodreads review. It's still marked as currently reading. Yeah, I know it's not great, but I did finish it yesterday, so that's good for me. I'm giving the ones we're meant to find 3.5 stars, and that's because I wanted to like it. I did enjoy Descendant of the Crane, also by Joanne He. I think Descendant of the Crane is actually her debut novel. So that one I actually did enjoy. That was our either I think let me check. It was our Descendant of the Crane was our April live show book, our book club pick for April. So I did enjoy that. But I don't know. I really just didn't feel very connected to the ones we're meant to find, and I just don't know why. I don't know why. And personally, I think it's because this kind of had sci-fi y elements. Let me actually pull up the Goodreads. Yeah, there was a little bit of like a sci-fi element. Let me just stop shaking the table. I think that's my main issue here. And I just don't know what to say. I don't enjoy sci-fi. I actually hate sci-fi. It is sci-fi. And that's kind of the reason why I was like, on it. Let me just write my Goodreads review right now. I finished it. I'm finished. 3.5. And I'll, yeah. 3.5 stars. I don't enjoy sci-fi much, but I did enjoy Joanne Hu's debut novel. Descendant of the Crane. And I really enjoyed that one because that one is like that was fantasy and I did enjoy it. I honestly thought that if she wrote like put that as a series, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But let's move on to the ones we're meant to find. This one is about two sisters, Cecilia C and Casey or K. And Cecilia drowns, but she's actually alive and her memories are all erased and she's on a deserted island. She doesn't even know her name. She knows that her name is C and that she has a sister named K. And that's it. And slowly her memories are kind of reappearing. And yeah, here and there they find love and everything. So we do get dual point of view from her sister Casey, from Casey and Cecilia, so both of them. And it's really interesting. But I think I slowly realized I wasn't really going to enjoy it to the fullest when personally in the middle around 50-30-50 and 50-60 area, pretty much just because I don't okay. I for me at least, I wanted to um like it, but I just it's science fiction. I actually don't like science fiction. Whenever I sometimes will enjoy it. I like science fiction when it comes to movies, but when it comes to books, totally no thanks. No, thank you at all. That's something I actually don't enjoy. So this one, yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. But let me just finish this real fast. Ah, I also felt that since I'm slowly finishing my review, it's the fact that the part where we're seeing things from Casey's point of view, I wasn't a fan. I think I was more of a fan of C's part. Cecilia, it's Cecilia. Yeah, it was Sicilian. I just didn't fully enjoy Casey's part much. I think that I don't know why, for me especially, maybe I would have enjoyed it if it was specifically like Casey finding her way back, which is pretty much the basis, finding her memories and trying to get, and then we slowly get glimpses of Casey's past during her little clip, like finding her memory again and again. And that one I probably would have much more enjoyed. But can't really say much, you know, unfortunately. Um, but that being said, what can I say? Can't do anything about it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just finished my review. 3.5 stars. I rounded down. Usually 3.5, I round up to 4 stars on Goodreads since you can't do zero point 0.5 stars, unfortunately. But it's just gonna have to be that way. It's just gonna have to be that way. I kind of hate that, honestly. Wish that they didn't do that, but what can I say? Okay. Yeah. I would have, I don't know. Maybe if I felt that if I um enjoyed sci-fi a little bit more, perhaps I could have easily more enjoyed um the ones we're meant to find. But I don't enjoy sci-fi. I did not realize during the selection process that people on Twitter go went through that, you know, it was sci-fi. I saw the caption, I mean, the synopsis of the ones we're meant to find. I was like, okay, this kind of sounds interesting, but I clearly did not see that it was sci-fi. So I was like, and then when I started to read it, I was like, oh, so it is sci-fi. Um, but I'm not complaining much because I may not have enjoyed it, but I know many of my friends on Goodreads and YouTube did enjoy the ones we're meant to find. It's just that, you know, I just don't find myself connected at all to sci-fi. Um, and that's kind of why I did not like it. But I think what I do like is the fact that Joanne Hu's writing is really nice and kind of stays really consistent throughout. I find that I, especially as Descendant of the Crane, I found myself enjoying the way she writes. So definitely really enjoyed her writing. I think personally for me, Joanne Hu's writing is probably my favorite. Probably. Definitely the aspect of the fact that, you know, stepping away from the fact that Descendant, I mean, the ones we're meant to find is sci-fi. I did enjoy the synopsis and the fact that, you know, C is lost. Cecilia is lost at sea. She's on a deserted island and she loses all her memory. She's slow and slowly throughout she's slowly finding her memory. I enjoyed that. And then also kind of the point of view, the fact that Casey is still alive, thinking that her sister is dead on her in her world. I don't wherever she was, I totally forgot. That was interesting. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, it sounds completely weird why I even enjoyed that part, but I think that if this was it's fantasy, I really did this is like a sci-fi fantasy kind of thing. So I did enjoy kind of that aspect of like, you know, lost at sea, trying to find trying to go back and everything. Definitely eh, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. Yeah, but I think that I think it was really cool the fact that, you know, slowly we find that there is let me just I think okay, now that I'm reading the synopsis, one of the things about this sci-fi aspect is that there was a like robot, I believe, on the island as well, and I was like, I know sci-fi definitely is very robot-y ish, but I don't know. And like, I think it's interesting because throughout the story, there's like an inside the city that that Cecilia and Casey are Celia. I was saying I knew it was either Cecilia or Celia. Sorry, it's Celia. It's Celia. So where they both lived in originally, the city, and then the outside world. Basically, the dirty, not dirty, well, the kind of. yeah, run down looking Earth, the outside world. That was interesting, and I'm gonna assume that I don't know. I like. I just don't like sci-fi at all. I do wish that I personally enjoyed it a little bit more, but like I think I can see why people did enjoy the ones we're meant to find. I think for me, it was the writing that Joanne Ho uses, but 3.5. I personally was not a fan of Casey. Did I mention that? Maybe I did. Was not a fan of her, and that was because her character was just so. I can't even explain this because it just was not great. She herself was not great. I did like Celia so much better. And so yesterday, after I finished the book, I was going through everybody else's Goodreads review and as to why they liked it so much. Couldn't find out why. I mean, I love the aspect of the fact that, lost at sea and then, two sisters trying to find each other. The fact that Casey knew the fact that why would she commit suicide and everything, and so it was definitely very fascinating to read about that. But the sci-fi aspect, I think for me it definitely could have been nicer if this was just pure fantasy. Totally would have been okay with that. And but yeah, can't really judge. But yeah, personally, I think I do like the way Joanne He writes her fantasy. Her when she wrote Descendant of the Crane, but you know, can't really say much about that. Oh yeah, I do wish though that, um, especially with Descendant of, I mean, I always get the titles mixed up so much. It's really annoying. Especially with the ones we're meant to find, I think it would have been, I don't know, for me, just a little more fun personally if I liked Casey. I love the fact that, it was all about finding the two sisters finding each other, but I just did not much like Casey. Yeah. Hard to say, unfortunately, why, but yeah. Um, yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but I think the one part that I liked was kind of how, going back to Celia's point of view, her time in the island, she literally lost all her memories. Slowly, she was getting it back throughout the whole entire book, and then I think I enjoyed that more just because we kind of saw the raw way she had to rediscover things. She was on totally somewhere totally different. Obviously, she lost her memory. It's like, what in the world was going on? And then we kind of see the way that she had to rediscover, especially when something occurs on the island. And it's not in the synopsis. That's why I don't want to kind of give it away. But, it was interesting. It was nice to kind of read her point of view. And like I said, just going back to the original, what I was saying in the beginning of this live show was the fact that I more enjoyed Celia's point of view. It was really nice. Yeah, I'm glad that we definitely picked, um, Joanne as our July live show. But I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but I think it was definitely very cool. There were definitely some things, like especially with the type of technology when we were in Casey's point of view, that they had to use the like identification thing that glowed above their head. Very Percy Jackson esque. I might be saying this wrong. I completely forgot. Like The beginning was July. I read the beginning in July 8th. I finished the book yesterday evening. So I totally forgot the beginning. Uh, yep. So totally forgot, but it was definitely really interesting and kind of using the fact that Casey kind of had to rely um on Tristan. Tristan was his name. I totally forgot. Why am I'm blanking on these characters? But really, really cool how they like kind of knew Casey and no, Celia and Tristan knew each other. Tristan, yeah, Tristan, I think knew each other, and Casey had to like utilize him in order to kind of like find out whether or not the sister actually like committed suicide or something actually happened. So definitely enjoyed that kind of like intense aspect of like, okay, they have to discover something, and then that's where things really got interesting, and I did enjoy that. I'm but yeah, I think maybe I would have enjoyed this slightly more. I mean, I did enjoy the audiobook. Oh, also the audiobook. I felt that the narrator itself, herself, was very robotic. Maybe a little too robotic. I'm just gonna check who this person is. How do I go again? The ones we're meant to find. It is narrated by someone, and I can't find out. Hold on. Who is this by? Who is this by? I don't know. Nancy Wu. Who is Nancy Wu? Good question. Nancy Nancy Wu. Okay, she's an actress. I did not at all like her narration. She was really robotic. Like, this is science fiction. This is meant to be kind of like, okay, kind of a little bit like robotic y, but even when she was doing the robot voices in the story, she was already like really robotic, like beyond. And I was like, how? You know, it was just very normal. I felt that her narration, while yes, it was good, strong, she just spoke in this really like straight voice, robotic voice. And there was like, I don't know, that's also mainly why I didn't really enjoy the audiobook so much, was probably just because of her narration. It was not the best. It was not. And I'm gonna just drink a little bit of water. So yeah, that's my little like about the narration. I no, you know, no. I didn't like. I wish I did like the narration a little bit. Hated it. Kind of wish that I didn't really listen. I kind of honestly, genuinely wish that I didn't read it as an audiobook. I completely wish that I read it fully as a just a book, an ebook even. I kind of wish I actually borrowed the ebook. Probably would have finished it faster, probably would have enjoyed it more, but eh, yeah, unfortunate, but very sad and also very true. Um, but yeah, yeah, that is a little sad. It's a little bit sad. But I'm honestly hoping that Joanne Hood does write more fantasy. Her fantasy was really good. I really did enjoy Descent of the Crane. Um, Even though at the live show, you'll find I didn't talk much about it. But don't worry. I actually finished Descent of the Crane after the live show. Kind of sad, kind of also true, but yeah. Um, like Joanne Ho's writing is actually really nice, and that's kind of why I did very much enjoy her Descendant of the Crane. I think, especially for Descendant of the Crane, I think I gave that 4 stars. Let me check. Joanne, Descendant of the Crane. I have been reading a lot of books, by the way. I am putting my thing aside. I've been reading so much with my Kindle. I personally absolutely love my Kindle. It's been great. I've I actually have a piece of bread in between my Kindle. That's kind of weird. No. I I read, like, first off, Kindle Unlimited has been a godsend. I love Kindle Unlimited. Super helpful. Our previous live show, The Descent of the Drowned, what by Anna Lal Din, was on Kindle Unlimited. It's a series. It was pretty good. I give it 3 stars. But it was interesting. I enjoyed it, and I think it was so convenient just to pick up my Kindle and just read it. I really love my Kindle. Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I think I might have enjoyed the ebook of the ones we're meant to find as an ebook instead of the audiobook, just because the audiobook, the narration, she may be an actress, but she certainly is not made for reading audiobooks. Sorry. I probably like yep, probably would have enjoyed it more. And I think also it's just the fact that this was sci-fi. I am picking on the sci-fi thing again. I do think I much would have enjoyed it if it was simply a fantasy, but I can't change anything. I, at the end of the day, am not the author. But you know, you know, can't say much. Can't say much. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just what is gonna happen. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that I simply just borrowed it, just because if I had bought the ebook, maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. So I'm really actually glad that I was able to borrow it really fast from my library. Simple, really easy. Yeah, I'm super happy that I borrowed it, and that I was just like, it was just super easy, real nice. And yeah, I also just want to say it's coming up to 30 minutes. I wanted to keep this live stream short just because it was only me talking. So just want to say thank you guys so much for coming to discuss the descent. The Nope, none of those things. The ones we're meant to find by Joanne He. If you guys want to comment down below anything of your thoughts throughout this book, do comment. Also, check out our Discord. The links will be down in the description below for you guys to check out. So go there. And also go follow us on Goodreads, because we are a Goodreads based book club. So if you guys are interested, yay. Other than that, thank you guys so much for coming. I'll see you guys on Twitter for our next book club pick. Twitter is where polls will be happening for our August live show. And I'm really excited because it's officially, by the way, 1 year since I created this book club. And August was our very first live show that actually is out in the world. So August marks 1 year officially starting this book club live show style. So please do stop by on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. All the links will be down below. So if you guys also want to stay tuned for other live shows, book club related everything, some of my booktube videos, do subscribe. All the live shows will be happening on this channel. So if you guys want to kind of have a heads up, you guys just want to catch up on the live show, do subscribe, do follow, and also like this live show video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by, chatting.